Scouting changed his life. So it's great to have the Scouts here today. Our guest speaker is Bryon Haverstick. He's been with the Boy Scouts for 13 years. He started in St. Louis. St. Louis, he's with the Scouts for 6 years. Springfield, Missouri for 3 years, and Columbia, Missouri for 3 years. And he's been in the Lafayette area, serving with the Sagamore Council for 7 months. He did bring, as I introduced earlier, 2 of the Scout executives for the Wabash Districts with Allie and Ashley, which you met earlier. He's married to Liz. He has 3 children, a son that's 7, a son that's 6, and a daughter that's 2 years old. He's going to share with us the changes. If you saw the paper today, you saw some information, changes happening with the Scouts USA. Yep. What's happening there. So let's help welcome Bryon to our speaker today to share with us the changes.
All right. This would be awkward. I don't usually use a microphone because I'm extremely loud, but we'll go with it. Yes. So I am going to talk today about the state of scouting in north central Indiana. Talk about some of the things that have happened in our organization over the past couple of years, and just kind of let everybody know where we're at. Before I get started, I have to say that I am a prospective member of the club. I'm a past club president for a Kiwanis club in Missouri, in the St. Louis area. I didn't want to say that out loud, but I figured I had to. So I will tell you that I'm definitely considering becoming a member of this club. That's right. I was going to get the application on the way out. Those nasty emails that you were getting, I get the same ones from Jeff Love. So I'm just kidding. Yes, we were. We were looking at a corporate membership for the Boy Scouts, yes. So let's just jump right in. And I'm going to start by saying this. Don't develop your opinion based on what you've read. Let me explain what is actually happening. And then if you want to have an opinion after that, then you're more than welcome to have your opinion. Your opinion may differ from mine. It may differ from Rodney's. It may differ from Ted's. That's your opinion. No opinion that is voiced today as we go through this is going to change anything. The decisions have been made. They are just your opinions. I think when we're all said and done today, I think everyone's going to see that the direction that the Boy Scouts of America is going is the right way. And let's jump right in. What is the first thing that you think of? This is the audience participation part. What's the first thing you think of when you think of the Boy Scouts of America? Go.
Eagle Scout.
Eagle Scout. Why?
Because it's the highest level of achievement.
Ah, yes.
Life Scout.
Life Scout, the ones that just didn't make Eagle, right?
Right.
That's right. That's the largest fraternity in America. What else? Camping.
High adventure.
High adventure.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Our motto. Yes.
Honesty.
Honesty.
Discipline.
Discipline. Love it. Love it.
Popcorn.
Oh, God bless you. Absolutely. That stuff is delicious. That chocolate caramel drizzle stuff, I ate a whole bag of that between here and Kokomo one day. It was horrible. Oh, my gosh. It's so good. So anyway, so I'm glad those are the things that come to your mind and not something like you see in the news. Father Sue's Boy Scouts of America says son with Down syndrome was stripped of badges. That's a sensational headline. Scouts with disabilities have the opportunity to earn their scout ranks just like everybody else does with alterations. They altered some things that they weren't supposed to alter. So now they got to go back through and do an accounting of what he has done and what he still needs to do in order to earn his Eagle Scout. No one stripped him from anything. No one took anything from him. But the news media would make you believe that we're horrible people because we're questioning what he's completed. Well, that's our job to question what he's completed because, as this young lady in the back said, the Eagle Scout, that's the pinnacle, right? We want to make sure that that same standard applies to everybody, even knowing that they have to have some alterations to what they've done. Oh, some Boy Scout leader from somewhere charged with sex charges. Happens all over the place. Nothing we can do about it. It's not indicative of our program. There's just bad people out there, right? I think we can all agree. The Boy Scouts of America announced it will drop boy from its name. No. We're still the Boy Scouts of America. The article that you read yesterday or today, we're still the Boy Scouts of America. We've made some programmatic changes. And I'll get to those here in a minute.
It's misspelled.
Pardon?
It's misspelled.
I didn't write the article. You can blame the USA Today for that one. Well played, sir. Well played. Here's what I like to see. Scouts honor veterans with flags on Memorial Day. Rossville Scouts complete for bragging rights doing the Pinewood Derby. West Lafayette, August Shot, this was in the newspaper just the other day, named Indiana Scholar Athlete of the Year. You might have read this article. You might even know August. What it doesn't say in this article, he's also an Eagle Scout. Yeah. They left that part out of the article. That just makes his award that much more special. That he was able to do what he's doing in the classroom, what he did in the scouting program, and what he's doing on the football field, all at the same time. Unbelievable. Scout saves teachers' lives, or teacher's life, excuse me. Eagle Scout among heroes in chaotic moments after the Amtrak derailment a couple months ago. Boy Scout scouting for food. Okay, so I think we can agree that this is really what scouting is, right? This is really what scouting is. This is where we're going as an organization. Our goal as an organization is to serve the whole family. Boys and girls, moms and dads. All alike. So how are we going to do this? Okay? In 2018, this year, right now, we're incorporating girls into our Cub Scout program. Cub Scout is for boys and girls now, kindergarten through 5th grade. Okay? In 2019, starting in February, we will then allow girls into what was historically known as the Boy Scouts. Okay? The Boy Scouts. We're not getting rid of the Boy Scouts of America. We're just adding girls into the mix. Because what girl in America doesn't deserve the same opportunity to become an Eagle Scout as the other boys? Because there's not a single thing that that boy did to get to that point that was unique to his sex only. Right? Those 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18-year-old girls that are out there should be able to and will now be able to accomplish the same exact thing. Because no matter how much you try to parallel what Girl Scouts does with their highest award being the Gold Award, it will never be a parallel to an Eagle Scout. Even though they are both the pinnacle awards in their respective programs. Now, the Girl Scouts do great things. You'll never hear me say anything bad about them. Scouting does great things also. The only difference is now we're offering it to girls. Okay? So why the change? Well, if you look at the survey results there, people not involved in scouting. So this wasn't our people. This wasn't people dressed in khaki and green. 90% of the people that the parents that we surveyed said that they would like programs like scouting for their kids or for their daughters. 87% are interested in a program like Boy Scouts for their daughters. So overwhelmingly, we were hearing if we wanted to serve more kids and provide this great program that we call scouting to them and expand that to the girls, that there was a market for that. And everybody says, well, what about the Girl Scouts? Are they going to start allowing boys? No, probably not. And that's their right. They can choose to not do that. We choose to change our program to serve more kids, to serve more families. So how is it going to work? I'm not going to go deep into this, but you could have an all-boy Cub Scout pack, you could have an all-girl Cub Scout pack, or you could have a Cub Scout pack that's combined. So you would have a group of kindergarten, a den of kindergarten boys over here working together. And then over here, you would have a den of kindergarten-aged girls. And then over here, a first grade den of boys, and then a first grade den of girls. So they're co-ed in the sense that we're serving them in the same program, but they're still in that individual sex setting because we understand that they learn better in that setting, right? And so why not put it into formation then? So that's what we're doing from the Cub Scout perspective, comparable to what we're doing in the Boy Scouts as well. Okay, now I said the Boy Scouts. That's the one change. We're not calling that program for 11 to 17-year-old boys Boy Scouts anymore. We're calling it Scouts BSA. Scouts BSA. That's what changed. We didn't take boy out of Boy Scouts of America. We took boy out of the program of Boy Scouts so that we can now incorporate girls. They're just going to call themselves what? Scouts. Boys and girls alike.
What does BSA stand for now?
Boy Scouts of America. That's the name of our organization. Organizationally, we're not changing. We've had girls in our program. You'll see some photos here in a few minutes. We've had girls in our program for 40 years. We've never, in our venturing and our exploring programs. We never changed our name then. We're not going to change it now. We're still branded as the Boy Scouts of America. Our brand, that fleur-de-lis that you see right here on my uniform, that fleur-de-lis is as recognizable in America as Nike and Pepsi. There's no reason to change that just because we're serving a different demographic. And we can't just call ourselves Scouts of America because we still have another organization called the Girl Scouts. They won't partner with us on that. And I don't think we necessarily would want to. But what we can do is serve the girls that they're not. They serve 3 to 5% of the girls that are out there. What about the other 95%? They're choosing not to go to Girl Scouts for a reason. It doesn't appeal to them. They don't like what it has to offer. It doesn't fit into their schedule. They've got a girl over here, but they got to have a boy over here, and it's a single-parent family. What do? Someone gets to go and someone doesn't. Well, now, they both get to join the Scouts. They both get to join our program. So how we set it up here, single-gender Boy Scout troops, single-gender girl troops, okay? All under the umbrella of Scouts BSA. That's it. Scouts over here, Scouts over here. These are boys, these are girls. Simple as that. All right, another change in our program. We're now open up to kindergarten. Historically, we had only been open up to first grade. Now we open up to kindergarten, boys and girls. They're called Lions. And let me show you some Lions. So this is my son, my oldest son. This is what he got to do as a kindergartner. Race his Pinewood Derby car. Do some rock climbing. Play some games in the park. Go on a hike. Do some community service with some of his friends. Learn reverence to the flag. Put out American flags at the, that was a strip in Columbia, Missouri, that they put out flags on Veterans Day, up and down the strip. Learn how to fold a flag. Got a Duty to God award. Got to hit his leader in the face with a whipped cream pie for selling popcorn. He got to go to camp. He got to build things. He got to eat s'mores. He got to go to a football game and take a picture with the student section with no shirts on, dressed like tigers. He got to see a police dog, a canine dog. He got to earn a bunch of awards, and you know what he got to do? He got to do that with his mom and dad right by his side. And now his brother gets to do it, and now his sister gets to do it too. That's the direction of the Boy Scouts of America. Because in every one of these pictures, what you don't see is my daughter tagging along. Because she wants to do the same thing that her brother's doing. Every time we go. And she will throw a fit if she doesn't get to go. So this is what Scouts is going to look like in the future. Boys outside doing things, and then I'm going to come back to those. And then we've got some girls doing the exact same thing. There's girls that have been in our program right there. Those are high school age girls. There's another one there. There's another one there. She's in the Tippecanoe County Sheriff's Department Explorer post, right there with an Eagle Scout. Okay? That's where our program is going, right there. Simple as that. Okay? So let's talk about how well we're doing and what we're doing here in North Central Indiana. So the mission of the Boy Scouts of America, check this out. I love this part. The mission of the Boy Scouts of America, I don't even have to read it, is to prepare young people to make ethical and moral choices over their lifetime by instilling in them the values of the Scout Oath and Law. What does it say? To prepare who? Young people. We didn't even have to change the mission when we added the girls. The mission all along was to serve young people. Now we just made it official. Come on, girls. You're all welcome. Okay? A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. You tried to stay up with me. I saw you going. I know I'm fast. I'm fast. How many Scouts, Boy Scouts, do we have from the past? Raise your hand. Raise your hand high. Oh, absolutely. I love it. I love it. Yeah, you can clap. You can clap all day long. How many Eagle Scouts? Eagle Scouts? I gotta put my hand down. I was an Eagle Scout. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay? Those things right there, the Scout Oath and the Scout Law and the mission, that's what we instilled into young boys for the last 108 years. Tell me something up there that is unique to that gender. Nothing. Nothing. I want my daughter her to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent, just like I want my sons to be. So the Sagamore Council, we cover 15 counties in north central Indiana. Basically from here to Kokomo and up to Rensselaer, and everything in between. You'll see the map here in a second. We have 3 geographical districts. Each of those districts has 1 or 2 staff members. Allie and Ashley are our 2 staff members based out of Lafayette and West Lafayette. Sherry covers our North Star district, which is up north, and we got Jacob and Chris on the east side. Scout Executive CEO Ben Blumenberg, he's been here before. He presented Jeff Love several months ago with a scouting award here at one of your meetings. So I know Ben had an opportunity to speak that day. We serve almost 4,000 kids a year with 7 paid professionals like myself and the 2 ladies sitting here in front of you. 7 paid professionals, 4 office ladies in our office in Kokomo, and 1 ranger. We manage 2 properties. We serve 4,000 kids with over 2,000 adults. We do that on a paid staff and a budget of $1.5 million a year. There's not another organization that does what we do for as many people as we do on as little as we do it with, and the people that are doing it. You won't find it. So there's our district and our councils geographically. See, we cover a pretty large area. Logansport is kind of the middle. So Logansport's about an hour from here and an hour from camp and an hour from Kokomo. And so we do a lot of things in Logansport just from a geographical standpoint. There's some more photos of scouts doing scout things. Girls doing scout things. Look at this here. I love this slide. This might be one of our fall recruitment flyers this fall. I gotta get up a little bit closer. So this is a flyer that we would send home to the kids in school, inviting them to come out and join scouts. Make friends, catch fish, earn badges, climb rocks, explore caves, take hikes, visit museums, launch rockets, race cars, roast marshmallows, take pictures, help people, discover trails, ride bikes, play sports, learn games, build character, gain confidence, hit targets, laugh loud, grow better, camp out, work together, and have fun. That's what the Boy Scouts of America is. That's what we do. That's what we've done for 108 years, and that's what we're going to do for another 108 years. We're going to continue to do those things right there for every boy or girl that we have in the 15 counties that we serve, year in and year out, giving them the opportunity to do exactly that. Right there, right there, right there, right there. What questions do you guys have? Anybody have any questions? Yes, sir.
You said that the Girl Scouts reach 3 to 5% of the girls in this area. What percentage of the young men do you reach?
So that statistic was actually nationally. Okay? So nationally they serve about 3 to 5%. We're probably 7 to 8% organizationally. So even if you rounded everybody up to 10, let's just say. Some communities are going to serve more, some communities are going to serve less. But on an average, let's just say the Girl Scouts serve 10% and the Boy Scouts of America serve 10%. That means we as an organization, we now have the other 90% of the boys that we're not serving. And we have the other 90% of the girls that they're not serving as options, as opportunities to serve them in our program. And we're not going to serve them all. There's other competition. Sports, school, church, karate, you name it, music lessons. Although that piano playing earlier was fantastic. I couldn't do that if I tried. But we face those kinds of, what is what I'm looking for? Challenges and competition all the time. And that's why we're only serving 90% of the kids that we're serving now, or 10% that we're serving now. It's because of the competition. But show me a boy that doesn't want to do those things. So where does the problem lie? You know where the problem lies? Moms and dads. Because moms and dads have made it up in their minds, and I'm not saying this unilaterally, moms and dads have made it up in their mind that little Johnny or little Susie has to choose scouts or sports or dance or sports or scouts or whatever the case may be. And we've found ourselves in this cycle of choose this or this because we don't have enough what? Time. Time, money, and energy. I'll go with that. But time is where I was going, but money and energy is probably just as applicable, right? And so I go back to that slide about August. He did it all. Ted cornered me at the pancake breakfast over the weekend, which was amazing, by the way. My kids loved it. He cornered me the other day. We sat and talked for what, 10, 15 minutes, Ted? About his grandson, who did the exact same thing. He did it all. Got his education, 4.0 GPA, went to Purdue, getting his education there, was a part of the band, was an Eagle Scout, played sports if I recall, right? He did it all. There's no reason that you can't. What's the priority? Sports, so your kid has an opportunity to go to college? Maybe. Or the character development and life skills that they're going to earn in scouting? I say both. I say both. If you look at the sports, collegiate sports and professional sports, those individuals that make it to those higher levels succeed even higher because of their scouting background. Right? Those leaders, that cream of the crop, rises to the top. That's what our program does. Right? Yes, sir.
Did I understand girls can join starting at age 11?
Girls today can join the ones that are going into kindergarten this fall. They could sign up right now. That the ones that are going to be going, well, technically if a girl is in preschool right now, she can't join until June when she's getting ready to join first grade. Or join kindergarten, excuse me. So any girl that's going into kindergarten starting in June, so a month from now, can join Cub Scouts. That Scouts BSA component in the middle, for what used to be Boy Scouts, those girls can't join until February. And the time frame to allow that was basically those 5th grade girls that we're going to recruit in August and September when we get back into school. There's not a place for them to go yet. So we're buying ourselves 7 months of time to find a place for those girls to go once they get to 6th grade. So we're just buying ourselves a little bit of time. Yes, sir.
Do you think over a period of time Girl Scouts will become obsolete because of your promotion?
I hope not.
No.
I hope not. There is a huge population of girls in America that want exactly what that program has to offer. I don't want them to go away. There's room for both of us at the table. It's like Burger King and McDonald's, right? There's plenty of food to go around. Same thing with our program and their program, right? I don't want the Girl Scouts to go away. Now, will there be some girls that leave that program and come to ours? Sure. Nature of competition. But I don't want them to go away and be obsolete. I want them to thrive. I want girls to now have to choose. Well, Mom, I don't want to join Cub Scouts. I want to do Girl Scouts. Because I don't want to be around the boys. I just want to be with girls. Okay, young lady, you have an option, though. You can be with all girls in Girl Scouts, or you can be with all girls in Cub Scouts, and you can do this in this program, and you can do this in this program, and now we're teaching our young ladies to be informed, to make informed decisions, even at the level of kindergarten. Yes, sir?
How about the boys wanting to be in the Girl Scouts?
That's up to them. That's up to their organization. I don't see them ever going that route because of the statements that they've made since we made our decisions. They are standing true and firm to the fact that they believe, which is their right, that they are the single best program in America for young girls to grow and develop and build character. Who am I to argue that? That's their belief. Just like I started this whole presentation with their opinion. I believe my program, the Boy Scouts of America, will prepare those young girls just as well, if not better than the Girl Scouts, because I feel like my program is better. Just like you might feel like McDonald's is better than Burger King. Right? Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
I think it was important, and this morning when I saw that on television, I was so excited. And it's too late for me to be a Boy Scout. Or to
No, it's
be
not.
a Scout.
No, it's not.
But,
Not too late.
But seriously, I grew up, and luckily I had a father. I didn't like Girl Scouts. Okay,
Sure.
I did it because it was expected. I was like, why can't I build a fire? My dad taught me that, to hunt mushrooms, to fish, to do all those kind of things. So not every girl is the same. And there are the girls
Yes.
who want to do those things.
Right.
And I'm just joyful
I appreciate that.
that...
Because there's a whole lot of people in America right now that don't share that same take to this.
Yeah.
So
Thank
you're gonna be on both sides of this fence, right? And that's okay. Like I said in the very beginning, it's okay to be on one side of the fence or the other on this. Okay, but it's not changing. This is the direction that we've decided to go. We're not going to like tiptoe into the water and then run back out. We're going. This is the direction we're going, and we're serving families in the scouting program. Maybe one or two more questions. I got 3 minutes, he said. Yes, sir.
I saw on your slide there that the scout program, you'll have boy troops,
Yep.
girl troops.
Yep.
How will that, first question, leaders,
Okay.
will they be,
So if there are girls involved, there has to be a girl leader involved. Okay? And that goes from a meeting perspective. If we had a meeting here at MCL, same concept. If it's an outing, if they're camping, same concept. Boys are sleeping over here, girls are sleeping over here. And if you think about it from a camping perspective, so in our Cub Scout program, they camp as families anyway, right? That Scouts BSA program now, it's just separate sleeping facilities. So that's the same in our venturing program today. So we've not had an issue with it in our high school program. So what would make us think we're going to have an issue with it in our middle school program? It works. Yes, sir.
okay, so you just answered my second part of my question.
I'm good at that.
Actually, was how is this girl troop, boy troop going to affect things like district jamborees?
More people will be there.
jamborees, National jamboree.
More people will be there. We already have it. National jamborees are already co-ed with our venturing program. Local camporees, this past weekend up at Camp Buffalo, we had 400 scouts and leaders out there over the weekend. It was beautiful. It was an amazing thing to see 400 kids running around camp and their leaders. Next fall, at our fall camporee, we're going to have 600 people, and 200 of them are going to be girls, and nothing's going to change. The program is going to be amazing, and we're just going to have 200 more kids there. And they're going to look a little bit different, because they're going to have long hair and funny accents. No, I'm kidding. Just teasing. Last question. Last question. Anybody else? No? Nothing? Okay, guys, thank you guys so much. Very much appreciated.